Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the KCAC here on the campus of Indiana University of Pennsylvania for today's PSAC West playoff basketball action between the 4th-seeded Cal U Vulcans and the 1-seeded IUP Crimson Hawks. Colin Kirkwood and Alex King joining you here for this one. Alex, it's going to be an exciting one for sure.
Yeah, definitely exciting matchup. This used to be such a big rivalry game back in the early 90s. You know, these teams would meet so often in the PSAC tournament, in the regional. It's slowly coming back together here under the Danny Sancombe era. Obviously, Joe Lombardi, excellent coach, one of the best coaches in the nation, and it's slowly materializing again, and it's great to see this matchup a third time around. It's been a good matchup the first two times this year and the previous two times in the first year under Danny Sancombe.
Alex, IUP's coming into this one. They should be fresh, as the last time they played a game of basketball was February 29th when they beat they beat UPJ, goodness, here on senior night, 93-82.
Yeah, UPJ, an extremely tough team. Cal has struggled against UPJ all season, losing 2 games pretty handily to them twice. But IUP's handled business against them. I mean, they've only picked up 2 losses. That's the second time that they're coming into the PSAC tournament. Only 2 losses in the Joe Lombardi era. I mean, he's an excellent coach. 330 wins to 102 losses, 9 NCAA tournament appearances, 4 PSAC tournament titles, and 2 regional titles here at IUP.
Cal U, of course, entering round number 2. They had to play in the first round, and they got a win over Gannon at home, 74-58. That was the second time in 3 days that those two teams played. And Gannon won the last regular season matchup, but Cal U got the one that mattered.
Yeah, it was definitely the one that mattered the most. I mean, we saw the game earlier up in Erie where they won. They only led for 37 seconds. They picked up the win. A much closer matchup down here at the Convocation Center. Gannon comes away with the win after a solid defensive effort and picking up the points. The Cal U made the adjustments, came in ready to play this game, won 74-58. Huge game for sophomore Zion Collins. He scored 20 points in the game. It's a big performance from him that we've been waiting to see pretty much all season. He was battling the toe injury. I don't think that's affecting him as much going forward now, and he picks up a 20-point performance for the first time since early January.
There's been spurts of greatness in both of the regular season matchups between these two. Of course, Cal U cut it close and only lost the home matchup against IUP by 9. It was 79-70. But in the road matchup back in January, Cal U actually took the lead into the locker room at the half. IUP was ranked 7th at that time. Didn't get the win, but still.
Yeah, it was a good game throughout. I mean, it came down to those final 5 minutes of the contest, and IUP was able to pull it out late. You know, Coach Sancombe said at his press conference after beating Gannon that this team doesn't beat itself, and it typically does not. They'll bring their best basketball. They battled through that game without Malik Miller from pretty much the entire game. He was in foul trouble from start to finish, and they still came out on top due to a great game from Armani Foster.
Both starting fives taking the court now. Cal U in their road black uniforms with the white lettering and trim. IUP in their frosty home whites here. They've got maroon lettering, or crimson, I should say, and white outline letters here.
Yeah, we look at this matchup. The two sides are meeting in the PSAC tournament for the first time since 2011-2012, where the Crimson Hawks came away with a 74-70 victory in the quarterfinals there. Great win. IUP's taken the last 13 meetings between the sides now, and then Vulcans are looking for their first win over them in the conference tournament since the 95-96 season. So could see some history here tonight if the Vulcans come out with the win.
Tip won by the Crimson Hawks, and we are underway. Let's check out the starting fives for both of these teams. Picking up with Cal U, they will start with number 0, Jermaine Hall Jr., the combo sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland. Number 1, Babatunde Ajike, the forward freshman from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Number 3, Zion Collins, the sophomore guard from South Riding, Virginia. Number 5, Brent Pegram, the junior guard from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. And number 11, Luke House, the combo freshman from Norristown, PA. Travel there, ball goes back to the Vulcans on that first possession. IUP will bring a look to the floor, something a bit like this. It'll be number 0, Dave Morris, the redshirt sophomore guard from Erie, PA. Number 1, Malik Miller, the senior guard from Farrell, PA. Number 3, Armani Foster, the redshirt sophomore guard from Meadville, PA. Number 4, Chucky Humphreys, the senior forward from Aliquippa, PA. Number 11, Ethan Porterfield, the freshman forward from Sharon, PA.
That's not what you want to see if you're the Vulcans. Brent Pegram just picked up his first foul in the first minute of the ball game. He had foul trouble here earlier when they played earlier this season, and that's exactly what you don't want to see. The key name you're not seeing out here today is Tim Smith Jr. Heard early before the game he went down with a knee injury in the closing game. He will not be playing today and probably not for the rest of the season for the team. So no Tim Smith tonight. Definitely something they're going to have to overcome, and it's going to have to come from Babatunde Ajike.
He's been struggling with some injury issues of his own. It's been a thumb problem plaguing him.
Jermaine Hall Jr. has been playing with a broken thumb pretty much for the last month.
Hasn't affected his shooting, but there's a shot up and good for the Crimson Hawks as they're off and running.
I think it's only improved his shooting.
3-0 the lead. Pegram towards the far side here, trying to hit House on the cut. They swing it back out for Zion Collins to try a three-point, and he drops it. And trading threes here early, 3 apiece.
Zion Collins gets a little stare to the student section over there early in this game, so things might be getting heated a little early.
These guys have been waiting to play in a meaningful game like this ever since they first set foot on campus at Cal U, and they are excited to have the opportunity here today. So IUP tries another long free rebound by Collins.
Zion Collins is going to take that 20-point performance into a better game here today.
Out of the corner, Hall thought about a three, holds off on it. Zion Collins looking to create some space. Now here's Ajike on the roll. Found himself alone for a jumper, rims out. That's a tough one.
Yeah, good look from Baba. Great movement from the team so far. Got to make that basket in and out.
Now another long shot for the Crimson Hawks. Wide left, batted around, rebound, rolls it right off the front there for Porterfield.
Ethan Porterfield, an excellent freshman from Sharon, PA. You know, a good spot for Coach Lombardi to come out of. You know, he has a lot of familiarity in that area.
Here's Ajike down low, one-on-one, slaps it in.
Good redemption there from Baba. He's great off the pick and rolls there. He's got the potential to be an excellent player here. Like we said, he's been battling injuries throughout the year, but it's going to be could be a big game for him tonight, and they're going to need it.
All square at 5 apiece here. Onto the outside, another long three jumper, clanked it off the side. Rebound Hall.
Yeah, I mean, these are two of the best three-point defensive teams in the nation. They're ranking 1 and 2 in the Atlantic region in three-point defense, both letting teams shooting under 30% from beyond the arc.
Zion Collins will try another three opportunity. Missed that one off the top of the backboard, goes to House. Now back to the outside. Pegram will try a three, steps into it, launches, rim, bouncer, rebound IUP.
In and out there in transition now.
Will take it onto the inside, rimming around, dead ball style, and drops it in.
Great job by Armani Foster. He just, said, hey, I'm out here in transition at half court. I can do it myself, and he definitely did right there.
One set up for IUP to come in at our next stoppage. Onto the far side, they'll swing it back to the top of the key and now near side. It's Luke House, the freshman, on his way in. Dumps it back off for Pegram, trying to find an open shot with 6 on the shot clock. Walking along the baseline, down to 3. 2, Zion Collins blocked away. Good defense there from the Crimson Hawks.
Yeah, Chunky Humphreys doing a great job guarding Zion Collins there.
That one popped away. It should stay with IUP, and it will. Looks like we'll see our first sub of the ball game coming in. It'll be number 13, Shondale Jones, the junior guard from Pittsburgh in the Kiski School. Alex, we've hit our first break, so let's break it down and check out the tail of tape between both of our teams.
Yeah, two teams, that have had great seasons, and IUP continuing it this season, 84.7 points per game to Cal U's 80.6, and the best defensive team in the conference, only allowing 65.4% for IUP. Great shooting percentages for both teams, shooting over 43% from the field. Both teams shooting very similarly from three-point range. Free throws pretty much the same, rebounds the same. IUP with a slight edge in steals, and turnovers per game pretty close. So, they're pretty close to the same here if we're looking at it.
Got a little bit of time. We'll check out the conference tournament bracket here and chat about some of the other matchups going around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference today. Of course, this is the 4-1 matchup. The other Western Conference matchup is the 2-3. It's Mercyhurst hosting UPJ. That one already well underway here. Mercyhurst 48, UPJ 38. That's in the second half with 16:50 left to go.
Mercyhurst, a great defensive team, has been the key to them winning so many games this year. They're keeping it going here. Holding a UPJ team that's very offensively savvy to 38 points so far.
On the eastern side, the 1-4 matchup, Shippensburg is hosting the Ville in Millersville. Could smell an upset brewing here, Alex. 17-14. Raiders have the lead, about 6:40 left before the half, but Millersville's been playing tough.
Tough shooting start for Shippensburg, only shooting 27%, but they're working their way back in as Millersville's gotten a little bit stale over the last couple of minutes.
And then the 2-3, East Stroudsburg hosts Westchester. That one just getting underway as well. It's a one-point ball game, 18-17. Warriors with 11:35 left to go before the half.
That's a really good game there between those two sides. East Stroudsburg's really been picking it up as of lately, as Ethan Porterfield came in there and got the lay-in.
He was a pivotal part of both of the regular season matchups between both of these teams.
Yeah, he's an excellent freshman. Great size. You know, he's going to be a big player for Coach Lombardi here in the future and now.
Pegram step back opportunity, short on. Loose ball bouncing around. He ends up claiming it again. Now Zion Collins will walk it on the inside, rather a GK. Second chance, got it in by the slimmest of margins.
Yeah, great job on getting the loose ball there. Baba got a pretty good look, but Jermaine Hall crashing the boards was exactly what you want to see. Coach Sankum will be happy with that.
9-7. Crimson Hawk lead with 15-13 left to go in the first half. Trying to get a screen to shoot off of there, was off the front. Struggling from behind the arc here a bit, Alex, these Crimson Hawks
Yeah,
are.
they're settling a little bit too much. They're not really moving the ball too much, and Coach Lombardi's not going to like that early.
House along the baseline. He was wide open there and drops it in. Tie ball game.
Big fan of Luke House, you know, just like Ethan Porterfield, another very influential freshman for this program. And, you know, he's going to take a huge leap this summer with another, summer camp under the belt.
Now they'll force the lob inside. Collins was in on the defensive effort. They'll let it go. And they'll say it will stay with the Crimson Hawks, even though Zion Collins is really trying to plead the case here.
Yeah, no argument from Coach Sankum there. Zion kind of let it go out of bounds, thinking it did go off of them. I mean, if you're not too sure, I think you're best off grabbing it. And I think he did have time to do that, but he just let it go out of bounds. But no argument from the coach, so they're going to keep moving, play forward.
Still tied at 9. Miller on the roll, went from near to far. Now he'll work his way onto the inside, missed that shot. Now the Vulcans can push it.
Great defense right there.
Along the baseline, swinging out there, was looking for the open man in Pegram. It was great defense from IUP. Vulcans will keep the ball as it went out of bounds.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching this matchup for the first time, you're seeing two of the best backcourts in the league. Malik Miller and Monty Foster, probably the best backcourt in the region. And then you have Zion Collins and Brent Pegram, you know, coming back for another year after this year, and they are an excellent grouping.
Zion Collins with an opportunity. Slapped back out. The Vulcans can keep it. Pegram went onto the inside. He slid there. Still trying to claim this one.
Jump ball whistle, possession arrow in favor of the Vulcans, but we're going to head to a media break.
We'll go ahead and take a commercial break here. 14:06 left to go in our first half of action. 9 apiece. Stay tuned for more men's playoff basketball right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. Back to action here at the KCAC. Vulcans inbound this one. They'll immediately take a 3 straight off it. Bounced high. Who's going to claim the rebound? Everyone takes a tumble here. I believe we'll see a foul call. And it'll be Jermaine Hall, the guilty party. Coach Sankum is pretty upset about this one.
He's not upset at Jermaine. He's upset
with the call.
He's actually upset, I think, at Jermaine. Maybe. I don't know. Now he's arguing with the ref, so I'm not going to say that anymore.
He's just going to argue with a couple other people here today. That's kind of his brand. Great guy, though.
Likes going to Coach Bridgman for those arguments, too.
So either way, it'll be the first foul on Hall. That'll be the second on the team. Shot off. Another foul called.
See if this one's on here. That's another one on Jermaine Hall Jr. That's his second. That's trouble right there.
Big time. I believe he's going to be subbed off quickly here as Phil Alexander sets up.
So Jermaine Hall just picks up 2 fouls in probably a matter of 15 seconds. That's probably going to spell the end of his first half for the team. Phil Alexander comes in. We might see Jermaine a little bit later in the half, but won't see him for a good chunk here.
Tough looking 3 right off the inbound. They missed it. Did not look comfortable out of the hands of Shondale Jones.
Great rebound by Phil Alexander coming into the game, making a quick impact.
Pegram dashes his way onto the inside, gets the runner to fall.
I think one of the big keys to the game for Brent Pegram today is going to be, to be that facilitator, pick up a good amount of assists today, maybe score 15 to 18 points, and that will keep the Vulcans in a good place in this game.
Now lob one to the inside for Porterfield. He continues to be the matchup problem for Cal U, and he gets 2 more right at the doorstep.
Yeah, he's definitely playing an influence in this game. I think he's out to 6 points now. So that's a great start. You know, it's not coming from Malik Miller or Armani Foster right now.
Here's House with an opportunity from long range. Rebound again by who else but Porterfield. 1 set for the Crimson Hawks here at our next stoppage. Cruising his way onto the inside there, and tough finish for Dave Morris, but he's got it.
Yeah, great job by Dave Morris. Sometimes overshadowed with the names of these guards on the team, but he's a great player. He's a redshirt sophomore. He's going to step into a big role alongside Armani Foster heading into next season.
The pass there by Pegram hit the house. Cutting was Alexander, but it was a bit low.
Yeah, he tried to thread a needle there, and it probably wasn't the best move.
There's an and one opportunity coming up for IUP here as Armani Foster finishes on the break.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Singham's going to be really happy with the foul there because, you know, Armani was in transition, easy lay-in, and there's no reason to foul when he's out in front of everybody there, and that's going to be a tough early foul for Zion Collins to take there.
First for him, 4th on the team, and 1 on the way. And that one spins, out it goes. The Vulcans will grab the ball.
And watch out for Shondell Jones in this game. He had a pretty good big game for IUP back at the Convocation Center earlier this year. He's definitely a name to watch out for too.
Pegram will back this one out. Have some motion here. Catch a screen from a GK. Shook his matchup loose there and on the outside for a 3-point attempt for Collins. Rolls it.
It's a great look. I mean, Brent's drawn in the defenders, and there's a bad turnover there by IUP.
I'll get that one back, and we'll head to another media timeout. Alex, let's check out our team leaders.
Yeah, we're looking at the team leaders here. We'll start with IUP. Armani Foster having a great season. He's 5th in the conference right now in scoring, 19.1 points per game. Chucky Humphreys dominating the board, 6.3. And then Dave Morris, as we talked about, great assist numbers, great steal numbers. And then Armani, 34.4 minutes. Great player all around. As we look at the Vulcans here, it's been the story of a great season by Brent Pegram, 10th on the all-time single-season list for total points this season. He's averaging 20 a game right now. Great season. Jermaine Hall Jr., 7.2 boards. He's been crashing the boards. He really does it all for the team in sample sizes. And then you have Brent Pegram with 149 assists this season, 61 steals. He's one of the top. One of the top in steals in the country right now. And then Luke House, the journeyman, the freshman, really stepping into a big role for Coach Sankom this year, 37.7 minutes per game. But, you know, IUP coming out here strong to start with. Collins shooting 50% from the field. Meanwhile, Cal U shooting 33%.
One of 2 conference tournaments getting underway. It's the second round here for the PSAC. The Mountain East got started here today. Of course, the CIAA, the other conference within the Atlantic region, they're all wrapped up. Winston-Salem State getting the win and getting the automatic qualifier from Fayetteville State in a close one with 63-62. So they earned a bid into the Atlantic region tournament with that win.
Yeah, Winston-Salem State's probably going to enter as the 8th seed coming into it. They weren't in the regional rankings as we saw this week, but that spot probably is going to be reserved for them once the selection show happens on Sunday night. I mean, and then the MECs were very interesting too in terms of seeding. I mean, you know, you're talking about West Lib, Charleston, and Fairmont State. I mean, 3 programs that are sitting 2, 3, and 4 in the region.
We'll take a closer look at that one later, and their 2 first-round matchups. Up top for Zion Collins, he'll step in for an elbow jumper. Was a bit strong on it, and then we'll go back to IUP.
Yeah, Collins has gone a bit cold since that early 3-pointer there. He's still trying to, you know, see if he can find his rhythm. He's 1 for 6 to start this game. Hopefully he can find a shot here soon.
Onto that corner. Pegram bodying up there on Miller. Still controlling this one. Almost made him lose it. And he throws up a long shot and missed that one. But back it will go to Cal U here. Somebody's picking up a foul.
Yeah, Chucky Humphreys, a senior, picking up a foul when the ball was loose through the air there. Great defense by Brent Pegram. As we know, he's playing with 1 foul, so he's got to be careful. But kept his body in front, didn't see anything wrong. Knocked the ball loose a little bit late, and then Malik Miller had a good look and just airballed it over top of the rim.
11:05 left to go before halftime. Crimson Hawks have the lead, 15-11. A GK with a long 2 opportunity was short.
Cal U's got to start trying to find a rhythm here. They've been scoreless over the last 2+ minutes. IUP's got to try to look to stretch the lead.
Try with another 3-shot. That one rims in. Had a lot of sauce on it, but Armani Foster drops it in.
9-0 run here for them. Made 4 of their last 5. The Vulcans had to find an answer. I mean, you're pretty happy with the 18 points they've led up. I mean, it's not too bad, but they need to find answers on the offensive end right now.
Now stolen away again by the Crimson Hawks. They continue to swarm that basketball. Now they'll attack straight to the teeth of defense, and who else once again but it's Foster.
Yeah, Monty Foster, he's just a tough matchup game in and game out. It's hard to believe this guy was basically a bench player last year on their team, and now he's stepped into such a big role. I mean, he's on his way to being an all-conference player this season, and he's on his way to probably being an all-region player.
3 floor slaps there on the defensive end for IUP. It almost looked like an NBA 2K animation there. They were that in sync. Had a kicked ball. We'll stop playing. One sub will trot onto the court for these Crimson Hawks. Looks like it's going to be Dave Morris re-entering. Interesting move here as they'll take Porterfield off.
And they're probably just trying to get a little rest for the young man. I mean, they feel pretty comfortable with their 9-point lead at the moment. We'll see if the Vulcans can find an answer on the offensive half. They've had some good looks. They just haven't been falling.
Here's Alexander on the outside. Too strong on that one. He's trying to track down his own shot and can't. Takes a diving ball there, and now IUP in a one-on-one the other way. They get it to go. Bad bounce there. That's all really you can say.
Yeah, and Coach Sankom forced to take a timeout. I mean, he needs to find an answer for this run as the IUP crowd is on their feet and happy with the start that they are having this ball game.
They are having a pretty great start, to say the least. 22-11.
Yep, 13-0 run over the last 3 minutes, 3+ minutes. I mean, Cal U hasn't scored a basket in nearly 40 minutes, and they've turned the ball over 3 times during that stretch. They need to find an answer as IUP shooting 56% and Cal U's only shooting 28%.
Back to another look around the PSAC tournament here. Keeping a close eye on the Western Conference action, 60-49. Lakers still trying to hold on to that lead against UPJ in that 2-3 matchup, and these are 2 talented teams.
Yeah, I mean, UPJ having a little better of a second half, outscoring them by 3 right now, but they still have a lot of ground to make up.
The court back on the eastern side. Millersville still fighting tough with Shippensburg despite the Raiders opening up a 30-20 lead 50 seconds away from the half.
Yeah, it's been a very off-shooting night for both teams as we look at there. I mean, they're both shooting well under 35%, and that's why this game is so low scoring.
Back to action here in ours, as there's the in-sync floor slap. Once again, this crowd loves it. I'm a big fan myself. House ran out of room and has to throw it back out. Now he'll get it back off the pass and try a 3-shot, missed it.
Yeah, it just can't miss open. Looks like that. Luke House does a great job drawing into the fence, getting back out on the perimeter, and just wasn't able to sink the shot there.
Now onto the outside, making a miss. Tried to go up strong with that one. That would have been thunderous, to say the least, for Humphreys.
Yeah, Babatunde Ejike not afraid to come in and close down there. I mean, that's going to be his first foul of the game, so he'll be fine with taking that, but not letting Chucky Humphreys come in and throw down a monster jam that would have been.
Humphreys gets set at the line. First one is a go, and it's too long off the back. Humphreys shoots 48.3% from the charity stripe. Next one on the way for Humphreys, and that one spins out. Seen some odd bounces off these rims so far, both this game as well as the women's game out.
Yeah, I mean, Cal U's on the offense end looking to end a 4+ minute scoreless drought.
Ejike trying for a 3, he missed that one.
And Danny Sankom not liking that, that's not really Baba's shot. So he's got to look like he's going to bring Phil Alston off the bench as he's going to check into the game.
Another shot for IUP. That one's batted away. Who will claim it? Zion Collins grabs it out of the mess. 8:42 left before we hit the half. An offensive foul called here on Zion Collins.
Yeah, ref all over that one. Had a quick whistle. That's Zion's second, so he's probably coming out of this game too. And now Jermaine Hall's checking in with 8:42 left, sitting on 2 fouls. And this is not the situation Cal predicted themselves to be in, as they have 2 of their star players now sitting on 2 fouls.
Vulcans have accrued 6 team fouls to this point.
IUP's 1 currently, but IUP's been playing solid defense. Can't fault them for the calls. I think it's been accurate so far.
22-11. First postseason matchup between.
Yeah, picking up a foul there. Anthony White, the junior, on Brent Pegram. Playing a little bit of close defense, but they're going to switch on the defensive end.
Try for a 3 opportunity here off the back again. Can't seem to find their touch from behind the arc for Cal U.
Tough finding the connection anywhere at this moment. You're just trying to end this drought of not being able to score a basket.
Hall's back into the game. He'll try a shot. That one might have been tapped away by one of the defensive players. It's something short.
Yeah, I'd have to agree that probably was a block there. If there's no foul call there, I would agree with probably was a block.
Alston tried to close out of that shot, but did everything right. It was just a perfectly placed shot.
Yeah, Calu's got to find an answer here. Over 5, nearly 6 minutes now without a basket. I mean, there's no room for that to happen anymore. They need to find a basket now.
Pegram tried to get one on the inside, goes to House, and they'll get a travel call here, so IUP gets it back. There'll be another media timeout. We will take a commercial break. 27-11. IUP's got the lead with 7:28 left to go here in the first half. Stay tuned for more right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Welcome back. PSAC tournament action here. It's round number 2. Cal U and IUP in the 4-1 matchup.
Yeah, 18-0 run here, Colin, for the Crimson Hawks over the last 5:46. I mean, they made 5 of the last 6 here. Cal U looking for an answer. I mean, 1 of 12 from the field over the last 6+ minutes. I mean, they're going to have to try to end the scoreless drought here. And it's just like it's been a great start by IUP on both ends of the floor. They're a great defensive team. They're showing a great offensive ability, shooting 57% currently. And, you know, they're going to have to find an answer here quick as Malik Miller's getting into a groove, has 8 points so far.
They are a top 10 team in America for a reason.
They only lost 2 games this season, 1 to Mercyhurst on the road and once up at Shippensburg, I believe. So, I mean,
Ship a good team, to say the least.
Yeah, this team doesn't lose at home, that's for sure.
Back, they tried for the cut. Inside, it was Porterfield has checked back in after the break, but they couldn't hit him. See if Cal U can come out energized after the timeout. And Pegram, wow, acrobatic finish there, and that might be a spark plug.
Yeah, they need to get something going here, Colin. They got quite a deficit to make up, as you said, against a top 10 team.
That one was so high, it went off the top of the backboard, bounced around for quite some time. Now Porterfield on the cut. He barely could even control that, and they don't call a travel on it. But now they'll get one here. Porterfield really struggled to control that one.
Yeah, I have to agree with the call by the referees there. He bobbled the ball. I mean, there was no possession, so you couldn't really call it a travel. It was a loose ball. He able to get it out there, but then we have a travel anyways on the play.
27-13. Now it's Pegram holding on to this one. Luke House with this, trying to find some space for an opportunity. Now Hall will try a 3-point opportunity. Cans that one. Alex, 5-0 run, mini size here.
Yeah, big basket. I mean, taking the method from Coach Sancombe, whatever he was saying in the timeout to make the basket, and, you know, that's good for them.
27-16, Crimson Hawks hold the lead that Cal U will try to chip into. Alston forces a turnover. Now Pegram pushing the pace once again, slides through his matchup. There was a foul on the floor.
Yeah, the freshman Phil Alston being forced into playing time here definitely has the ability to play, as coach is not happy with Baba's play, and Zion Collins sitting with 2 fouls.
Ended up being a foul on Dave Morris. First for Morris, third on the team.
Like you said, Colin, mini run here, 7-0 run here. They're starting to get into an offensive groove, which is what they need to do.
27-18 now. Porterfield up top goes back to Morris. An offensive foul called. Vulcans grab the ball back.
Yeah,
quite a swing.
It's quite a swing happening here. It'd be a big bucket coming down the floor here to try to get back into this ball game. This is exactly what they need to be doing right now.
Chucky Humphreys is back onto the floor for IUP.
And that foul went on Porterfield, off-ball foul. He's got to be his first of the game.
IUP forces a turnover here off that. Now it's back onto the inside and blocked away from behind by Alston, but they finish as it landed in the right place. 29-18, our score. Here's Alston going up strong with this one. Clanks it in off the glass, 29-20.
Good play by Phil Alston. He's definitely going to need to step up here. He's got 4 points so far. He's done an excellent job playing on both ends of the court so far.
Miller rolls towards the near side. Now he finds himself directly up top. Now trying to find space for a shot. That one was very short for Morris. Almost missed it everything, but he did hit it off the front, so count. Alston up top. Now he'll try a three of his own. That one dead ball spin. Didn't get anything going. Don't think Coach Hancom was quite keen on that opportunity there, as there was still time on that possession.
Yeah, between Baba's shot and that one, he can't be happy with him.
There's a wide Crimson Hawk shot, and they'll try to body up Humphreys, and he's able to get two.
Yeah, Jermaine can't afford to leave his feet and give him a point there, so he has to stay down, try to just keep his arms up and play the best defense he can on 2 fouls.
Tough foul there as Pegram made a loud slap when he hit the floor. It's like one set to come in for Calu. It's going to be a GK. It'll be the first on Miller, 5th on the team for IUP.
Yeah, Baba back in the game for Phil Alexander.
4:25 left before we hit our halftime mark here. Pegram looking to inbound this one. Hits over to Luke House. He'll roll to the top. Now they work the ball perimeter-wise here. Pegram backs up far. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Catches some space off the screen. Down to 5, 4, 3. Shuffles his way inside. Throws up a shot and the foul call. It's Morris picking up number 2.
Yeah, a couple fouls here back to back for IUP. One on Malik Miller, one on Morris now. I mean, from Pegram kind of just trying to take over a little bit here and try to get some good looks and draw some fouls as he heads to the line.
Pegram shoots 78% on the year, drops the first one in.
Yeah, it's definitely been an improvement from his game from his sophomore to junior year. He's definitely been a better free throw shooter, especially late in the season here. For a guy that drives the ball as much as he does, he needs to be able to make a couple at the line when needed.
Next one on the way. That one's good as well. 31-22. IUP with the lead. Haven't had much trouble holding on to the lead here throughout the first half, and just putting on a clinic there, but Alston comes in with another block.
Huge block by Phil Alston. Great defensive player.
Out of the corner for Luke House. Now he bounces inside for Alston. Alston in a one-on-one, working against Porterfield. Good opportunity, couldn't finish on it. .330 left to go in our first half. Foster looking for something to set up here in this possession. Now he'll opt to cruise onto the inside. Hit his cutting teammate, missed that one, slapped high, claimed by Hall.
Yeah, I think Phil Alston knocked that one high in the air, giving us a chance to get that rebound, so another great job by him.
Now Hall with another shot, was strong again, missed that one off the side. Now they'll whip it full court style here. Hop, skip, and a jump, drop it in, Foster.
Yeah, Brent not willing to pick up the second foul there, so he lets Armani get the easy look, which is probably the right move in terms of how the game's played out right now. They're trailing 11. They're going to need everybody they can on the floor and keep the fouls down. 33-22. Pegram trying to shake Humphreys loose.
Now House throws some elbows onto the inside. Back out for Pegram. 10 to shoot for Cal U, and he'll cruise straight inside. Another foul call.
Yeah, that's one's got to go on Porterfield there.
Another media timeout, another break we will take. 33-22, the IUP lead with 2:35 left to go in our first half of action. Stay tuned for more right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at CalU. Visit us at calu.edu.
Welcome back to the KCAC and Indiana University of Pennsylvania PSAC championship action here in the 1-4 matchup. Cal U and IUP, of course. One of 3 other games going on today. Winner earns the right into the semifinals that will be this weekend at the highest remaining Eastern seed.
Yeah, likely to be Shippensburg if they can play well into the end here. I mean, they've had a great season. It's going to be very hard to win there. That's quite a home facility to play at. And it looks like they're at halftime right now, and they're on their way to that with a 13-point lead.
Pegram will be at the line, being fouled before the break. Third appearance of the evening, as well as the fourth, has been perfect so far and drops in another, make him 3 of 3.
Yep, 7 points now from Pegram. He's found 3 of them at the line so far, along with 3 rebounds, 1 assist in the game.
Still perfect, 4-4. With 2:35 left to go and running before we hit our halftime break.
Some big stops here for the Vulcans could be helpful heading into the halftime break.
Now another 3 opportunity for IUP off the back rebound, Porterfield. Miller looking for space. Straight onto the inside, and they'll call a foul. Alston gets number 1.
Yeah, drive in there by Malik Miller. Looks like he probably got hacked and lost his balance a bit, so he's going to hit the line for 2. So the foul totals are now tied at 7 apiece.
First attempt of the evening for Miller is a go. Drops that one through. He's a 73.7% free throw shooter. Next one is on the way, and that's a good one. 35-24. Vulcans still trailing in this one. Hung tough in the opening moments and now find themselves behind the 8 ball. Pegram will try a long 3-point shot. That one's off the side. Rebound to GK. Blocked away by Porterfield on the inside. And another foul call.
Great game by Ethan Porterfield so far. He's really been the big factor, I think, in this game. You know, you might look at point totals and everything, but Ethan Porterfield, he's got 6 points, 5 rebounds. You know, he's done an excellent job. He's got a block on the board there as well. So, I mean, excellent job so far in the 16 minutes played for the freshman from Sharon, PA.
Porterfield makes his first appearance at the charity stripe this evening. 77.4% for him. Missed that one on the 1-and-1. $1:33 left to go before we hit our halftime mark. Toss back off to House. Vulcans rotating through, looking for their best opportunity. Down to 6 on the shot clock for them. Running out of time as Pegram will try to rise up for a long 2. That one's short. Missed everything, claimed by IUP. Crimson Hawks still holding a 35-24 advantage. It looks like they'll call a timeout.
Yeah, timeout taken by Lombardi. Wants to drop a good play, try to extend this lead heading into the break. Calu's trailing by 11 currently. And they're trying to find some answers here. I mean, they're shooting 28%, and I mean, they're just not falling tonight. Not very good from three-point range, but neither team's shooting awfully good from three-point range, to be honest. Only 5 combined three-pointers made in this game, but key for IUP is they're shooting 15 of 30, 50% from the field, and that's the key to the reason they're up right now is they're finding points very easily, and they're getting down low, getting good shots. Foster with 13, Miller with 10. We talked about them coming into the game as the best backcourt in the league. 28 combined 20-point performances by them, 14 apiece. They had a great year, and like we said, Armani Foster is a great player. He's got 19.1 points per game, 5th in the PSAC. He's 6 of 8 from the field currently in 17 minutes of play.
Crimson Hawks inbound this one. 1 minute left to go in the first half. Miller holds on to this one. 5 on the clock. He needs something. 3, 2. He'll opt for a 3 opportunity. That one's off the front. Chased down by Alexander. I gotta tell you, Alex, I feel as if Cal-U can get their act together on the offensive side here, and the Crimson Hawks continue to be cold from behind the arc. They might have a shot.
Yeah, they need to start hitting some threes. That would be probably the key to getting back in this game the fastest way possible. It looks like they're going to hold here, possibly for the last shot, or pretty close. Actually, they won't be able to get it, but we'll see what they can come up with here.
Down to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pegram at the buzzer, threw one up. Tried to get the foul out of it, but won't get anything. And now the final 10 seconds.
Yeah, Coach Singham won't be happy with that draw up.
Down to 3, 2, 1. Humphreys at the buzzer trying to add to the lead. Can't get it, and we have hit our halftime mark here. 35-24. IUP will take the lead into the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, Colin, it's been quite a game here. I mean, it's been all IUP from start to finish so far. Both teams actually head into the break going scoreless for 2+ minutes. Cal-U's in the second half, I imagine they're going to shoot a lot better than they have in the first. They've only shot 28% so far, so I expect them to rebound from that, have a strong second half. IUP can only predict that they're going to play just as well as they did in the first half, 47%. I think the key in this game is who's going to come out quicker in the first half or second half, and we'll see what is there to come.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. We'll be back after the halftime break here. Once again, IUP 35, Cal-U 24. Stay tuned for more after the halftime break right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at Cal-U. Visit us at calu.edu.
Before we go to the break, you can see the IUP dance team on the floor here. That's IUP dancer PJ Sanders. It's her mom's birthday today. Happy birthday, Becky Sanders. Enjoy the rest of the second half after the break here on CUTV Sports 1.
Consider the future. Your future. At California University of Pennsylvania, you can build your life your way because we believe in you. We invest in you, empower you to create the future you envision. We give you the tools and teaching so you can rise up and achieve. Don't settle for someone else's vision of you. Build you at Cal-U. Visit us at calu.edu.
second half of action just about ready to get rolling here from IUP. Carlo Kirkwood and Alex King. Alex, let's check out some halftime stats before the second half of action.
Yeah, I can't complain about anything that IUP did in the first half. 47% from the field, 15 to 32. Nothing really going either way for the three-point range for either team currently, as we have 5 combined three-pointers made, but both teams 20 rebounds. But I think the key in the game, you have to say, is just the shooting percentage, and then it comes back to bite Cal U here with only 28% shooting. They're going to need to improve that in the second half. I'm sure they will here. They're battling a bit of foul trouble with some key players, including Jermaine Hall Jr. and Zion Collins. But let's see how they step up here. No Tim Smith Jr., as we said in the pregame. He is out of this game and probably out for the rest of the season. So they're going to have to battle through with a little bit of a shorter bench and see what they can do.
Only 9 of 32. Ajike trying to go right off the bat and finish it. They get their own miss, and they can try again. Now still battling for an opportunity here. Pass back out. Now Jermaine Hall will step into a 3-shot. That one's long. Right into the hands of Porterfield.
Yeah, the last couple games it's been a little tough on Jermaine making shots. He stepped up in other different ways in the big win over Gannon. They're going to need him to step up here and start knocking down some open looks.
Need anybody getting some open looks here. Porterfield alone on the inside, hesitates through and got it. Ajike took the risk trying to jump there early to block that one, but good move by Porterfield.
Yeah, Ethan Porterfield has definitely been the X factor throughout the entire game. No matter what his points, the totals look like, anything like that, he's been a player that's created opportunities for other players and for the guards.
House on the inside, he threw up a shot and a foul called, so Luke House will be heading to the line.
It's a pretty good chance for the Vulcans to get some points here. Luke House, best free throw shooter on the team in terms of percentage. Coach Sankum always feels comfortable with going to him during technical fouls or any kind of flagrant fouls to get the shots, and he'll be going to the line here for 2.
First one up, missed it. The 79% shooter on the dot. Next one is on the way. Leans into it, splits the trip, 1 of 2 now.
Okay, he's got some early points here. Hopefully they can turn it into some more here as they need to lock down on defense here.
37 to 25. Now they'll try the lob inside to Porterfield, bodied up. Pegram catching up to this one. Now on the run, drops it in, and one on the way for Pegram.
Big basket there by Brent Pegram, going in between 2 defenders, throwing one up and making the basket between 2. That will be a great boost to the bench and everybody on the court right now to try to get back into this game as they're down 10 with a chance to make it 9.
Runs need a place to start, and this would be a good catalyst. Pegram still perfect on the day from the line, 4 of 4. Chalk him down for 5 of 5 now.
Key thing to look at there, Ethan Porterfield also picked up his 3rd foul of the game, so he's in a bit of early foul trouble in the second half, but let's see how much that affects him as the game wears on.
Second on the team as well. Turnaround shot there, trying to get a reverse look going for Miller, missed it.
Yeah, great shot by Miller, great defense by Brent Pegram as they're coming back down the court looking for another basket.
Can't get that one either. Now to the outside. It's going to be a long opportunity. Crimson Hawks with a 3-point off the fast break for Miller.
Great job in transition. Brent went down trying to get a shot to go. They moved back as a whole team back in possession, and then Miller ends up knocking down a 3.
Pegram attacking through the teeth onto the outside for Collins, finding the open shot in Hall. He'll coil up and make it.
There we go, big basket there by Jermaine. They needed to get that going. He knocks a 3-pointer down there to keep it within 9 points.
40-31. The Crimson Hawk lead. 1 set to come in for IUP at our next stoppage.
Definitely a little more energy from this Vulcan team in the second half. Must have been a good message from Danny Sankum at halftime.
Foul called here. And he said a good message from him at halftime. If I had to pick one coach to really say that he can really communicate with his guys in the locker room, I would definitely have to go with him. He's a motivator.
Oh yeah, no one wants to win more than Coach Sankum. I mean, he's proved it this year. I mean, he went from an 8-win season all the way to a 19-win season this year, so it's been a huge improvement for the program as a whole. And he's trying to keep it going here today.
Hall picks up number 3.
Never like to see those fouls happen before the inbound pass, and Jermaine Hall picks up a third foul right there.
Second on the team. Now on the outside. Rotating back up top is Dave Morris. Down to 10 on their shot clock. Morris in a one-on-one. Foul on the inside, and Pegram's going to get one.
Yeah, it looked like relatively good defense from the backside, but they end up giving the call. And Brent Pegram picks up his third, and he's picked up two in at least under 30 seconds here. And that's 3 fouls on this end of the court with the clock not running. This is not a good situation for the Vulcans. As we said, they were coming into the half with foul trouble.
Morris drops the first one. It's his first appearance of the evening. He's an 83.6% shooter here. Next one on the way. Got both in that trip. 3 team fouls for Cal U now, and Pegram, just like you said, Alex, 2 in not a very large span of time.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to overcome, but let's see what they can get on the offensive end.
He'll have to play very smart. Almost threw that one away. House able to keep it. For something, it'll force Coach Sankum to call a timeout there. His House really was out of options.
There's trapped there. It's either take the violation or call a timeout, and you know, Coach Sankum forced to take a timeout and drop a play with 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
They'll call the 30-second timeout. We'll take a quick trip around the conference tournament. The other Western game is done. The first Final Four ticket has been punched by the Mercyhurst Lakers. They've gotten the win, 84-66 over Pitt Johnstown.
Yeah, big game from McKay McIntosh, 27 points. I mean, 9 of 20 from the field. Great game, and they shot it excellent from beyond the arc in this game, 41.3%, 13 made three-pointers. And a big thing is they held Josh Wise in check. He was 4 of 19 in the game. And, you know, great game from John Paul Kromka, big name in this league, 16 points, 10 rebounds, you know, had a great performance, but probably needed a little more out of him, and then obviously a little more out of Josh Wise if they wanted to pick out the win up in Erie.
The 2 seed moves on to the Final Four. Into the eastern side here, 54-45, Shippensburg and Millersville in the 1-4 matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Colin, you were at that Millersville game between Cal. They're a chippy team. You know, they can go to many guys, and many guys can find a way, and they're definitely finding a way to stay in this game. Both teams shooting the same percentage. I wouldn't count them out of it yet with still 8:30 to play.
Big presence down low for the Marauders is Caden Jaway. He's got 15. The other Eastern game, 60-44, East Stroudsburg over Westchester.
Yeah, we look at this game, and the big name we always look at is Robbie Heath, the premier freshman for the Lakers. He's having a bit of a rough game tonight, 14 points on 4 of 18 shooting, maybe trying to do a little too much tonight as East Stroudsburg holds a pretty good lead, 60-44.
It's been a fall of grace for the Golden Rams. They were in the top 25 to get the season started and went on a huge losing skid, and they just never seemed to recover.
Yeah, I mean, they were as high as the top 10 at one point. Them and IUP were 7 and 8, I believe, at one point, and then they lost 4 or 5 in a row, or 5 of their last 8, and it all went downhill after that.
Collision down underneath the basket as Foster took a couple strong steps and was looking to finish off that possession.
Yeah, we'll see who that one goes against them. That's Jermaine Hall picking up Zion Collins picking up his 4th of the game now. I mean, it's going to be tough for Zion to remain in this game with the foul trouble he's currently in, and we'll see how this plays out as the game continues on. We're not even 4 minutes into the second half.
Shot pops out there, and looks like Alexander will step onto the court. It's the 14th foul as well for Cal U. That one goes. 43-31 now. Pegram on the far side of the floor. Bounces towards the top, and he'll go outside to Ajike. He'll whip it inside to Alexander, catch and drop.
Good job by Phil Alexander shitting his defender, and they're able to pick up an easy basket. He was able to get off Dave Morris there and find a good layup underneath. He's in the game right now for Zion Collins, and he's going to have to step up in quite a way.
10-point lead for IUP, 43-33. Tried to reverse it along the baseline here, and another foul call.
Seems like any time IUP's getting underneath the hoop, they're getting that call. I mean, we're such a distance away. I can't really claim on the contact or anything like that. And, you know, it just seems like they're getting the calls, though, and it's going in their favor as of now as it's 5-2 in the second half. but they're playing excellent ball, and you know I can't fault the calls right now. It's really, like I said, we're quite a distance away from where we are from underneath the hoop.
Foster got the first, second one coming momentarily. That one's good. 45-33 now, 16 minutes left to go in the second half. Pegram bounces out of his matchup to Ajike, and he'll catch back off the roll. Now looking for room off a screen. Back on the outside for House, down to 10 to shoot for the Vulcans. Outside move, Pegram shimmies loose of one off the front. House with the rebound. Now I'll take a power dribble on the inside. That one pops straight out.
In and out there. I mean, it was a decent look. He needs to get that one to fall. Great job getting the offensive board. It would have been nice to pick up the basket there.
Now looking for an outside perimeter shot for these Crimson Hawks as they continue to drain clock here on this possession. Not in any particular hurry, nor should they be. They're down to 7. Now down to 4-3. They'll launch a long ranger, and that one falls.
Yeah, unconscious there by Malik Miller. Huge basket. You know, he's having a great game. He's up to 19 points now in this ball game, and it seems like a quiet 19 points because we're talking a lot about Ethan Porterfield, who's currently sitting on the bench, but the guard play has been great from them, as it always is every game, and he's surely on his way to another 20-point game.
Loose ball was flipped up in the air, and Ajike is now down, and he looks like he is in a lot of pain.
Yeah, his leg got trapped there as he was falling backwards. It might have twisted up a bit. We'll see if they could let him get checked out here by the trainer, as they both teams head to the bench. I think we're on a media break.
We are, and we'll go ahead and step aside. 14:43 left to go in this one. IUP 48, Cal U 33. Stay tuned for more playoff basketball right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
Welcome back here, Cal U and IUP battling it out. IUP's been controlling the lead so far, 48-33.
Yeah, the Vulcans have not really improved their shooting percentage in the second half. I mean, we were 28, now we're at 29, so it's gone up 1%. But, I mean, IUP shooting a little worse in the second half so far. Foul trouble is just really catching up with the Vulcans. I mean, they have 13 calls on them to IUP's 10, but I think the calls have just gone to more of to Cal U's favorable players, including Zion Collins, who's on 4, Jermaine Hall on 3, and then Brent Pegram also playing with 3.
Here's Pegram on the run. Trying to create some space between his matchup. Now he'll throw it up on the inside. Missed everything on that. It will stay on this end, though.
Zion Collins coming in to check in the game. It looks like he's coming in for Brent Pegram. As it looked like Danny Sankom wasn't really happy with the shot selection, so Pegram heads to the bench.
Now they're chatting it up on the bench here. Zion will have to play carefully here as he re-enters with 4 and throws that one away immediately off the impact.
Yeah, he doesn't want to see his season possibly coming to an end with a 5-foul contest.
Keeping a close hand there on the defensive effort. There's a foul on the inside again.
It's been a theme here, but there was definitely some contact there from Phil Alston. Great basket by Armani Foster, so he gets his 20-point game. Zion Collins comes out of the game, and it goes back to Brent Pegram.
It was the 3rd on Alston, 6th on the team. And Foster will step back. He's 3 of 5 and gets it. 51-33. It's Pegram isolated up top. Now he'll dump back off for Luke House. Looking for some room, trying to go off the roll here, still can't get much. Now throw on to the outside for Alexander. Had to corral quickly, could have been dangerous. Now kick out in the corner. Brent will try a three-point opportunity. Missed it. We have a foul called on the floor here.
I mean, you have to say, when you're talking about the play so far of IUP, I mean, they're not really giving Cal U any open looks. I mean, even with all the movement, all the screens, it's just the looks aren't as open as we're used to seeing out here, and they're doing an excellent job of keeping them in check. Holding them to 28% shooting is no small feat, and also holding them to 14% from beyond the arc is no small feat as well.
Here's number 23, Dylan Benton for IUP, the junior forward. Now House will try a long ranger. That one falls. Seems like it's the first one in a while.
Yeah, I mean, Luke House has had a bit of a tough game. He's 2 of 5 now, so hasn't taken a ton of shots, but it's good to see him drop one there. He's up to 6 points now. He's got 2 rebounds in this game, 2 assists.
51-36. Another foul called on the inside. It'll be Alexander, the guilty party here.
It's definitely been a tough situation. I mean, you're talking about them already in the bonus with 13 minutes to go. I mean, it's been a couple trips down there for IUP, forcing the ball down low and getting the calls made in their favor. It's going to be very tough for Cal U to have any chance in this ball game with them already in the 1-on-1 situation.
Back end coming up for Shawdale Jones after making the first. He's an 80% shooter. Leans into it a bit, but got it. Lead continues to grow for the Crimson Hawks. Here's Luke House looking for space. Alston creates a screen for him, rolls onto the outside. Now Alexander put up a shot. That one's off the side. Claimed by the Crimson Hawks again. Now straight through and an offensive foul called here. It'll be Armani Foster. First on him for the evening. That's the 5th on the team.
Yeah, quite a game he's having right now. 22 points, 8 of 10 from the field. It seems like everything's kind of going in his favor in this game as he's found quite a rhythm. As we talked about Chucky Humphreys, he's having quite a quiet game in terms of points, but he's got 10 rebounds in this game.
Almost had a steal there, and they do. Falling on top of it, now they can push in transition. Now tried to throw up a lob there, but I'll tell you what, you're going to need a 30-foot ladder if you want to try to throw down that oop. Loose ball around the underside of the basket. Now it's claimed by Pegram. Motors forward, and he was poked loose. And Pegram looks like he will be coming to the line here. The foul came out of that. It'll be the first on Shawdale Jones. And 6th on the team.
Yeah, Pegram going back to the line. This will be his 6th and 7th shot of the game from the line today.
Drops that one through. Continues to stay perfect. That's 6 of 6. It's been the bright spot of the evening so far. 57-33 as Porterfield is back on for IUP. One more on the way. Still keeps it perfect. 7 of 7 now.
On a positive note for sure, Colin. I mean, 7 of 7 from the line is excellent. It's definitely giving them the points they need, and Brent Pegram's up to 13 in this ball game right now.
53-38. 12 minutes left to go before this one is all said and done. Crimson Hawks still working on the offensive end here and bumped into their Alston, and they got it. 4-point play opportunity coming up.
Yeah, quite a basket. I mean, that was Armani again. I mean, he's up to 25 points now in this game. He's playing unbelievable, and that's another foul on Phil Alston, and they're going to head to the line, like you said, Colin, 4-point play possibly.
Stay tuned for more after the break here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 of the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back. Take a look. You can see Alex King's co-worker down there, Matt Kiefer. He's doing some computer stuff.
No, boss man, Matt, just keeping us updated on all that's going on in this game for us. I mean, we got the story up about the exciting women's game. Fortunately, the women falling by a 3-point margin in overtime, but you know, go to calvulcans.com, take a read on that game. It was a very exciting game to watch, and you know, when our boy director Gary Smith gets the highlights ready for this game, you can see how exciting it was from start to finish.
It was fun.
It's definitely a fun game. I mean, it definitely came down. It's fun when the game comes down to the final seconds in both the fourth and the overtime.
4-point play opportunity coming back out of the break here. Foster really sold that one. Rolls it off the side. Couldn't get it. Out of bounds it goes. Vulcans will grab the ball back.
Yeah, I think it was a foul at the end of it. I mean, Phil Alston really didn't give him space to land, so he was in his landing zone, kind of like we talked about with that James Harden play. You got to give room to land at the end of it. I mean, we've seen a couple guys fall left and right out here, but it seemed, I think, a pretty accurate call.
Fought it off, to say the least there. They really have been closing out well in their shooters, and that's what they're supposed to do. These are two of the top-rated teams defensively from behind the arc, you said, in the entire region. Crimson Hawks grab one back.
Decent look there for Brent, just not able to make it fall.
Loose one running around. Here's Pegram, scoops it up. Shouldered by one. Can't finish on the break. Still can't finish. Third opportunity. Can't get it. With another foul call.
That's going to go against Phil Alston. I think that's going to be his fifth.
And it looks like it will be, and that means his day is done.
Yep, Phil Alston closing out the day, 4 points on the 2 of 4 shooting for the team. He picks up his 5th foul. As we said, they've been battling foul trouble most of the game. He gives you 12 minutes in this ball game off the bench. Obviously, the bigs are a little short with Tim Smith Jr. not playing today. And Phil Alston stepped up, did what he could, picked up 2 blocks and 2 steals as well.
Number 5, Anthony White at the line here. Junior from Philly. White shoots 88%, got the first, looking for one more. Gets composed, drops that one through. 58-38, IUP in control here, firmly, to say the least. Dribble straight onto the inside for Pegram. Shot up as he got close to the glass. Had an opportunity, couldn't finish those, so he'll settle for 2.
Chucky Humphreys picking up the foul there. So, I mean, Brent Pegram will be heading to the line. As we said, he's 7 of 7 for the day. I hope I don't jinx him, so I'll knock on some wood.
It's been one of the bright spots in this game so far.
Has been the best shooting night for Brent. We can all admit that. He's 3 of 15 right now, but we can hope, you know, he keeps it going at the line. As Cal needs to find points any way they possibly can.
Got that one. It looks like Malik Miller will re-enter for IUP. He will sub out Benton. One more on the way. Here is Brent at the line, keeping the streak intact. 58-40. Winner moves on to the Final Four on Saturday is when it will begin. The championship on Sunday. Of course, the winner gets an automatic berth into the conference for the national tournament. There's a shot up from Brent Pegram off the break.
Brent Pegram with the 17 points now in this ball game, 9-9 from the free throw line.
Trying to keep things positive here. There's a turnaround shot, missed that one, down to 10-23, almost stolen. It's one of the coldest shooting performances I've seen from Cal U the entire season as the GK gets it close too.
Yeah, it definitely has been. I mean, we talked about them coming into the game shooting around 44% from the field. It's now up to 30. It was 28 at the half, so it's slowly increasing, but definitely not to the level that we were expected in the second half.
They're only 17% from behind three-point land so far in this one as well.
That's tough too, because the team's made 296 threes this season, and led by Pegram and Luke House, who just haven't found it from beyond the arc today.
Hall still trying to keep this one, still fighting for it here. And rips it away. Now here's Pegram rocking it to the outside. House looking for a three shot, trying to find something. Now Pegram on the outside, works his way back in. They keep rotating. Long shot, missed everything right into the hands of GK, got it.
Great ball movement there. Had IUP on their toes for probably the first time I've seen most of the game. Was able to move it around. Of course, you want Luke House to knock down the three, but great job by GK. And Lombardi calls a timeout, tries to get his team back into check as the Vulcans trail by 12 with about 9 left.
Back around the PSAC tournament we will go. One ticket already claimed as the 2-seed Mercyhurst has got it, but 20-point lead for East Stroudsburg as they are only 7 minutes away from claiming their spot in the Final Four.
It's been a great turnaround. They had a pretty rough start to the season. They were picked to win the PSAC East. They got off to a pretty slow start, but they turned it around, and it's great to see. You know, they battled losing Ryan Smith, who was the freshman of the year. He had suffered leukemia. He's recovering right now. It's great to see that's happening for the team. You know, he's been a great support for this team, and they're pushing forward without him. But in spirit, he's there.
80-58, Warriors have the lead. Other eastern side matchup, this was the 2-3, now this is the 1-4. 5-point ball game, Shippensburg 65, Millersville 60 with 1:14 left to go.
Yeah, strong second half here from Millersville. I mean, we're going to see how this one plays out. It's going to come down to Millersville hitting a couple good shots because they don't want to send Shippensburg to the line. But man, that would be quite an upset, and that would send the PSAC tournament to East Stroudsburg. So could be interesting there. Could be an interesting play. That's going to be quite a trip for some of the West schools.
Whole way over by New Jersey. The foul called, Humphreys was down low. Alexander, the guilty party out of this. Second for him, 10th on the team. Double bonus now.
Yep, 2 shots the rest of the game with 9 minutes to go. Been a pretty heavy foul second half.
Here's Porterfield back off the bench now. Another shot from Humphreys. That one drops through. 59-46. 9 minutes left to go. Hall off the fight here. Now back onto the outside, Alexander straight through. Bounce feed over to Babatunde. Tried to put up a shot on the inside. Got some stiff defense there and turns that one through.
Yeah, jump ball called on that. Possession arrow in favor of IUP. As he's just all over that block there.
Dave Morris controlling this one as he crosses midcourt. Now on the lob, back to the outside would be another 3-point shot for the Crimson Hawks. That one's good as gold for Foster.
They've turned it around here, 7 of 19 from the field, 7 of 19 from 3-point range. They're shooting 37% now. They're definitely picking it up in the second half in terms of shots beyond the arc.
62-46. clean shot for the Vulcans on the offensive end here.
Sure, Danny wasn't too happy with the option, but Baba knocks down the shot, so he'll live with it. They haven't made a lot of threes today. That's only the 5th one they've made this today, and it's coming from Babatunde Ajike.
Back to the top. They'll try another three-point opportunity. That one's straight through once again. Getting hot from behind three.
Big basket there from Miller, as both of them are just on fire today. They have 34 points combined between him and Foster.
They came to play. Here's Alexander straight through. Got bodied up on the inside. We'll go back the other way here. I think it'll bring us to another timeout. We will go ahead and step aside with 7:29 left to go in this one. 65-49, the Crimson Hawk lead. Stay tuned for the rest of this one right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network. Welcome back to IUP's 65-49. The Crimson Hawks have the lead here, trying to punch their ticket into the Final Four.
It's been a great game by the Crimson Hawks. I mean, they've done everything they needed to do. They're shooting 50% from the field. They're picking it up from three-point range in the last couple of minutes here. Great shooting from the line. I mean, there's nothing you can say about their game that you haven't liked. I mean, and like you said, Colin, Armani Foster, Malik Miller came to play today. They definitely have. Porterfield's played an influence in the game, 8.6 rebounds. It's been a good game, and a lot of it's come down to the fact that CalU hasn't been able to hit shots today. And as Coach Danny Sankum said, this team rarely beats itself, and they're not going to beat themselves tonight as they're sitting in pretty good shape with 7:30 to go.
Now they'll enter after this break in control once again. Porterfield fakes the pass, drops this one out. Another three-point opportunity. Can they hit? Yes, they can. They continue to be hot from behind the arc. It's Foster.
Yeah, it just feels so natural to them at this point. Now that they feel it coming, they want to keep doing it, and a lot of it's coming right at the top of the key, coming off screen. So straight on shots to the basket, they're feeling pretty comfortable with.
Up top, Ajike onto the inside, blocked away by Porterfield, caught it and slapped it in.
Great concentration by Babatunde, getting blocked there, regaining the possession and laying it in.
68-51. IUP still holding the lead. Still keeping a close eye on this Shippensburg and Millersville 1-4 matchup on the east side. It's been back and forth.
Great block there by Jermaine Hall Jr. as the Vulcans come back in transition.
9 seconds left. Shippensburg 67, Millersville 66. A foul called as Pegram was in on the drive. Miller picks up foul number 4, so I think he will be subbed out. It looks like he'll be replaced by Jones. Here's Pegram looking to keep his perfect line from the free throw stripe alive. He got it. Back end coming up momentarily.
Ten out of 10 so far.
One more on the way. Missed that one.
As they say, all good things come to an end, and it just did there, but nothing to be upset about. 10 of 11 is still very solid for Brent Pegram for the line today.
Hey, you really can't ask for much more. It's 68-52 with 6:10 left to go. Looks like we'll have another foul call.
That one's going on Brent Pegram. That's going to be his 4th of the game.
Humphreys will shoot once again. It's gone final from Shippensburg, 69-66. The Raiders survive a scare from the Marauders in one of the most pirate-themed matchups I think you can ever think of. Shippensburg's got a boat for their logo, and of course Millersville's the Marauders.
Yeah, that was quite a game. I mean, knew it was going to be a battle, and it's probably good for Shippensburg. Now they will be hosting the semifinals and the finals of the PSAC tournament on the men's side, no matter what happens going here. But
women's side will be right here this weekend.
Yep, I mean, great job by Shippensburg. It's good to face a little maybe adversity early, so you know what you're going to expect in the semifinals and the finals.
Still waiting on the final two to claim their spots here. Of course, IUP and Cal U fighting for one, as well as East Stroudsburg and Westchester fighting for the other.
Yeah, that game's still got a bit to go here, about 4 minutes to go, but it looks like East Stroudsburg is in comfortable position to punch their ticket.
80-64. About 4 minutes left to go. Turnaround shot for Porterfield, they missed it, and another foul call. Coach Yancombe still trying to plead his case here with this official crew.
I just don't think he saw it. I mean, Luke went up with one arm, and they were both battling for it, so it would have been nice to see it play out, but they said there was a grab there. It might have been with the other arm that I might have not seen. I was busy ball tracking, so it might have been wrapping him up down below the waist.
Humphreys makes his third of 7 in terms of attempts so far. One more on the way. That one pops out. Rebound goes to Zion. Now Collins on the offensive end, short off the front. 5:12 left to go before this one's done. Now outside. Go to Porterfield here. Into the corner for 10 on the shot clock. They'll try another 3 shot, and that one falls. Morris with 3 more.
Yeah, big basket there. I mean, and they've just been finding their feel from beyond the arc in the second half, especially in the last probably about 10 minutes.
Here's Hall trying a 3 of his own from the outside, rims out. This may be a season low in terms of shooting percentage here.
It might be
more of a question for you.
It might be. I definitely would have to see where we're sitting at there once this game goes final.
There's only one person who's a bigger numbers guy than myself, and it's the guy sitting to the right of me.
You know, some people always have questions, so you got to be able to think of things off the top of your head. I think we might have had a worse shooting percentage against UPJ earlier this season, but I don't know for sure.
It's another 3. They forced a deep one at IUP. They get their own rebound. Down to 4 minutes left to go. Swatted away there on the inside by Hall. It was on his way down, so that one should count. It'll bring us to another timeout, and this Ivy will go. 75-54, the IUP lead with 3:59 left to go. Stay tuned for the finale right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1 and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Pride and passion drives the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. From 55 NCAA championship teams, 294 individual national champs, and counting. Who's next? Make the PSAC yours. PSAC Proud is winning in athletics and in the classroom. Over 3,100 PSAC student athletes are honored as scholar athletes. It's a perfect mix of athletics and academics. It's time to make the PSAC yours.
Welcome back. 3:59 left to go in this one as they're reading over some of the other scores from around this round of playoff action. Only 2 games left to go. Mountain East Conference games also in action as well. Notre Dame of Ohio and Concord going at it today. It's an interesting matchup between the two of them. It's the 8-9 matchup. Concord number 8, Notre Dame number 9. Notre Dame's got the lead 40-33 in the second half.
Very interesting game. Concord, a heck of a shooting team. I don't know a whole lot about the Notre Dame side. I know they're going through a new coach transition. Their coach left to go to Fairmont State. But it's good to see them in the tournament. Hopefully they can make some noise with their new head coach.
The early matchup, the 7-10 between West Virginia Wesleyan and Urbana. That one was a win for West Virginia Wesleyan, 68-54. Shot on the inside for Cal U goes 75-57, 3:40 left to go.
Yeah, good basket there by Luke House as a three-pointer. He gets up to 9 points now. He's 2 of 5 from beyond the arc.
Another three-point opportunity for the Crimson Hawks. They missed that one. Vulcans grab the rebound. 3:20 left to go. House dribbles this one out, goes to Brent. Brent between the legs, lost that one completely as it was stripped straight through. Now it looks like they'll try to control this one here from Morris, and he'll run some time off the clock, 75-57. So they drop it down to 10. Porterfield back over to Morris. Now down to 3, 2, 1. Didn't have enough time there as they ring up the violation.
Good defense there. It's good to see that they're still playing tough here as we're on the 3 minutes to go in this game. IEP has all but sealed their spot into the Final Four of the PSAC tournament.
Just have to play it out. Shot off the left, rebound goes to Zion Collins. Opportunity, second time for him off the front. Third time coming up, that one's off the front again. .2:15 left as it continues to run off here. They'll continue to work time off the clock. Now another opportunity. Long two, missed that one. Who's going to claim it? They've got it. Cal U brings it up the floor. Down to 1:50. Now House along the baseline, walks it, swings it out. 3-shot, rattles and pops straight out. Second chance is good for Babatunde. 75-59. There's 1:35 left on the clock. One last commercial break here is at 75-59 with 1:35 left to go. Stay tuned for the finale right here on CUTV, CUTV Sports 1, and the Vulcan Sports Radio Network.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back. 1:35 left to go before this one is wrapped up.
Yeah, Colin, we're keeping a close eye on the East Stroudsburg-Westchester game. I mean, it's all but wrapped up here as East Stroudsburg will take down Westchester, and that will probably spell the end of Westchester's season. Had a lot of high hopes early on there, but kind of fell apart late. They came on strong at the end, but it's just not going to be enough to make the NCAA tournament this season. East Stroudsburg, though, featured at 9, I think, this week in the regional rankings, so they still got a lot to play for.
86-74, they claim the third out of 4 spots in the PSAC Final Four. We have a 1 seed and 2 2 seeds. The other 1 seed looking to make their way here after running out this final minute 26. There's a 3-shot on the outside, good again. It's Miller. These guards have been playing very well, Alex.
We knew coming in they were, a big part of their game plan. It's coming true again here today.
Looking for a 3-shot is Luke House. That one's off the back of the rim again. 1 minute left to go. Now forced down the lob. Armani Foster drops in 2 more, 80-59.
Yeah, just a very tough night shooting for the Vulcans.
Pegram with a first layup there, got that one.
Yeah, that'll lock up Brent's 13th 20-point performance of the season there. So, great finish there for him. I mean, not the best shooting night, I will say, but solid from the line overall for the team, going 10 of 11.
Time continuing to wind off here as we're down to 30 seconds. 6 on the shot clock, so IUP will have to take a shot. Porterfield trying for a 3 on the outside, pops out. Shot clock is off here, so the final 20 seconds can be run off. Zion Collins will try a fast break 3 off the back. Rebound goes to Babatunde outside for Luke House. Now they'll continue to work it around here under 9. Onto the inside, Zion Collins gets one. 8.1 seconds left. 80-63. As the final seconds will come off the clock here. 3, 2, 1. And that will do it as IUP advances into the Final Four of the conference tournament by a score of 80-63.
Outstanding game by IUP. I mean, proven year in and year out that they're the best team in this conference, in my opinion. Always playing up to the best of their abilities, especially here at the KCAC. 33 points by Armani Foster, 12 of 17 from the field, 5 3-pointers. Malik Miller, another solid performance, 19 points, and then gives you 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. I mean, both players played absolutely fantastic today. Ethan Porterfield, a bright star for this team moving forward, 8 points, 6 rebounds, or 8 rebounds in this game. So solid performance all around. Great season for the Vulcans. It's going to come to an end here tonight. They're going to head into the locker room. I think be happy for what they accomplished this year.
I agree.
Danny Sankum will send a message to this team that losing like this is unacceptable at any point of the season. It's going to be a sour thought going into the offseason with a 17-point loss to think about. But everybody's back. Senior Jabbar Ray will be leaving the team, but in terms of all the starters and
all
main role players off the bench, they should be back next year. It's going to be a special year for the team. They're all going to understand what their role is. If they want to beat teams like IUP, they got to come ready to play every night. 33% from the field is not going to cut it.
It's been so much fun this season for Hoops. Want to thank anybody who has ever had a chance to help us out throughout the entire season. We appreciate you for coming out. And thank you to all the fans who have joined us on the road and at home throughout the entire season. It has been a blast bringing you Vulcan basketball week in and week out. Now all we can do is sit back and hope and see if the women's team will be selected into the top 8 on Sunday night, but the men's season's over. Thanks to all the players that we've covered here throughout the entire season, as this is my last season of men's basketball here on CUTV. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely won't forget it as they made their way into the conference tournament. First time that's happened since I was in middle school.
Yeah, first time since 13-14, so great accomplishment for the team making it this far. Great accomplishment picking up a win. They hadn't picked up a win in the PSAC tournament since 2008. This has been a season of accomplishments, sweeping teams that they hadn't swept in so long. You know, Danny Sankum is going to finish the year 19-11. That is a great improvement for a team that was 8-19 the year before, and it's been struggling so far. But it seems like Cal basketball is on the up and up under head coach Danny Sankum, who I still believe is one of the best coaches in this region. When he came in here from Wheeling, he's keeping the truck moving forward here, and I'm very excited for what next season has to hold in years going.
Thanks to our small yet fierce crew here today, Josh and Johnny, as well as Gary Smith, the director, and for my color commentator, Alex King. I'm Colin Kirkwood. Good night, California. We'll see you again next season.